In this Multiversus video, we're going to go over the best perks to use with Harley Quinn in Multiverses. So here we are in the main menu of Multiverses. I'm going to move over to Collection, and then I'm going to select Harley Quinn here. You can see that I've been using Harley Quinn and I'm now working towards tier 11. I've also done some training in the lab to understand Harley Quinn even more, so I can give you more of an insight as the best perks to use with Harley Quinn in Multiverses. So we have our lower level perks. You can see here we have 3 slots that we can equip for each match, and we also have a signature perk, and we can only equip one of these per match. From here I'm going to go into train perks, and we're going to have a look at the perks menu to show you what you have available. Here is the offense section. We have a defense and a utility. Each section has Harley Quinn's known perks, and then you have unknown perks from other characters. So this is when you've used perks with other characters and unlocked those perks from other characters. And then you have all other perks. These are the other perks that you have not yet unlocked at all, because you have not unlocked them with a character or with Harley Quinn. Now each of these sections here, the all other perks and the unlocked perks from other characters, you can train for Harley Quinn. For example, Slippery when faint. If I select this now, I can train this perk using 100 gold. You can see that I have 8,418 gold available, so it's an option for me to train this perk and use it with Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's known perks are the perks that you're most likely going to have unlocked if you're a lower level Harley Quinn just getting started with Harley Quinn. Now the number one perk to use with Harley Quinn in this section here is going to be the painted target. Your team deals 5% increased damage when hitting enemies that are in hit stun. Now Harley Quinn has a melee attack on the ground which incurs a lot of hit stuns, but it also does help you with chaining up your combos, as you can then use a special straight after this hit stun attack here. So that is the reason why painted target is definitely the number one perk to use with Harley Quinn in this section here. Other perks that you can consider in this section would be the hit and while they're down, your team deals 5% increased damage when hitting debut enemies. Of course you have a lot of ignition, a lot of ignite status attacks with Harley Quinn, so this could definitely come in handy. And then of course there is the up and a slay. Your team deals 5% increased damage with attacks that knock back enemies upwards. Now this is important for those of you that are going to use a specific signature perk, so stay to the end of the video so you can understand why this perk could be the top perk to use with your build when you're using Harley Quinn. Now that we've done all of the offense, let's go into the defense, into considering what are the best perks to use with Harley Quinn in Multiverses. The number one perk to use with Harley Quinn in the defense section is going to be the Slippery Customer. Your team receives 10% longer dodge invulnerability window, and then in second place is going to be Boundless Energy. Your team receives 10% faster dodge invulnerability recharge. This is because when you're using Harley Quinn, there is an in the air special move that pushes you sideways, and this can leave you open to attacks in the air and really take some damage. So using these two perks together or separately with Harley Quinn is definitely going to be the best perks to use with Harley Quinn for this fact. But there is another reason why, and we'll get into that later on in the video when we go through the signature perks. As I said, stay towards the end of the video so you can understand how to chain these perks together and have a master build for your Harley Quinn. In the utility section, I'm just going to select 2, but do let me know which perks you have selected for your Harley Quinn in Multiverses. It's very interesting to hear about your builds and what you are doing with your Harley Quinn. Now the 2 that I consider the best perks to use with Harley Quinn in the utility section are the number 1, Triple Jump. So Triple Jump, your team receives an extra jump after hitting an enemy while in the air. Always have an extra jump if your ally also selects this perk. Now that's absolutely brilliant when your ally selects this perk, and getting off that extra jump with Harley Quinn can definitely come in handy because you can use a lot of her specials in the air, and being higher up can give you an advantage. Second place of course is going to be a fan favourite, Coffeezilla. Coffeezilla, your team receives 10% reduced ability cooldown duration, and 15% if your ally also selects this perk. Now that we've considered those perks, let's get into the signature perk for Harley Quinn. So with Harley Quinn, there are 3 signature perks that you can select. You could use Glove Control. Harley can aim the direction she fires her boxing glove on her air down normal attack. Then we have Smooth Moves. Harley's ground and air side specials also become dodges, giving her a brief invulnerability at the beginning of her attack. And then we have Confetti Explosion. Now this is one that I've used in training in the lab. Instead of igniting at max stacks, Harley's confetti debuff creates a large explosion, launching enemies upwards. Now remember when I said that some of those perks earlier on could go together with your signature perk. If you're launching players upwards, you will know now what perk to give your Harley Quinn build when using this signature perk, if it's one that you're going to consider. Now that I don't consider this one the best perk to use with Harley Quinn, I consider it really good for the pros with Harley Quinn. If you're getting a lot of damage against an opponent and you're using this, this can definitely launch your player off the edge of the map, so it's well worth using if you're a Harley Quinn pro and you're able to get off a lot of damage in a match against your enemies. I think the best perk to use in this section for Harley Quinn is going to be Smooth Moves. Harley Quinn's ground and air specials are really open to vulnerability. You can get hit and take a lot of damage when you're using Harley's air moves and air specials, so having that extra dodge and that dodge invulnerability is really going to help you out. And now you can understand why I've selected the perks that I've selected with the lower level perks, as Smooth Moves is what I consider to be the best signature perk to use with Harley Quinn in this section here. I'm going to select that now, going to press let's go, and I'm going to show you how this is done in a match. Let's jump into a match with Harley Quinn using these perks. Let's go. Harley, where are you? Let's go. You can also see that I'm using the Harley announcer pack as well, so the announcer is Harley Quinn. Looks like we found our match. Didn't take too long to get into that one. And we have our teammates. This is where we select our perks. Just going to have a look at this lower level perk for a minute. We have up in a sleigh. We're going to change that to painted target. Or I could select the hit them when they're down. Now my teammates using hit them where they're down, so I'm going to select that as well. So we've now stacked that. So that is now a 10% increased damage if your ally also selects his perk, and we have that now because we've stacked it, because Batman also has this selected.
Let's get this started.
Jumping in.
Only one of us might be from Krypton, but we're both gonna kick your butt. On target.
Pummeling time.
Oops. Whoa, okay. Batman, don't waste that.
Cover activated.
I don't think so.
Alley-oop.
I have that invulnerability dodge at that special that I was talking about. For example, the dodge at the start of that. Don't try and freeze me. I'm going to chain this next one here on Jake. If oh, hold on. There it is. What's he doing here? Trying to be smart. There. Nope.
Do a kickflip.
Help me out. Needed that. Don't think I'm going to get a chance to chain because Jake's being very static and defensive.
Watch your butt.
Okay, who's the creep that did that?
Feel that one, Clark.
Come out.
Sure you don't have powers, Harley?
And they call me a clown.
Have a teddy bear. I'm still getting off that glove, even without that control.
careful.
Bye, Jake.
For the blue guys.
Just gotta think of lady.
You'd give Bryce a run for his money.
Have a teddy. He's gone. Arrivederci.
See? Told ya, hun.
Nice gamer tag name.
Continue?
Is everyone going to continue? About to find out. Looks like a player didn't want to continue. So there we have it, guys. That's the best, in my opinion, the best perks to use with Harley Quinn. Do let me know what build you're using. What perks are you equipping with Harley Quinn? How are you getting on with Harley Quinn? What do you think about Multiversus gameplay? Let me know in the comment section down below. Remember, you can also subscribe, and there's a lot more Multiverses that you can find here, including Multiversus tutorials, combo videos, and more. Check those out. You should see some of that on the screen right now. Love to see you with another video right here on the Anthony Allen YouTube channel on YouTube. With that said, thank you for watching, and remember, you are awesome. See you in the next one.